Hello and welcome to the Embracer Games archive. Today, me, David, is behind the camera doing the filming. And of course, Natalia, we have you, our chief archivist.
Hi.
And today we have a special visit. We have Llewella here, who is a researcher and doing research here in the archive this week. Please, Llewella, introduce yourself some more.
Okay, hello. I'm a visiting scholar based at the University of East Anglia, and I am a media historian. So I look at all different sorts of media formats like film, television, video games, and I try to understand the history behind them. And one of the things I'm very interested in as part of that research, and that's why I'm here for this week, is to look at the process of actually archiving, preserving and cataloguing video games. So it's been fantastic to be here for the week because this is a very new archive and you're still learning lots of things here. And you're currently going through the first iteration and finishing up of your catalogue, which I found fascinating. We went through that a bit yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
So yeah, that was really good fun to see how things are designed at hierarchical levels and at description level and what you do include. So for example, the title of a game, but you don't, for example, include the year yet, but you include other data as well. So yeah, that was really good fun. And I'm looking forward to getting the workshop later to learn more about preserving different consoles and formats.
Yeah, because building an archive, we've been doing this for 3 years now, Natalia.
Yes.
There's a lot to think about, and you cannot do everything at once. So it feels very nice for us having you here, looking into how we work, and maybe can give us some tips and tricks, and maybe also spread the knowledge you gain from here to others who do video game preservation.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to be writing a blog for the International Association of Media and History on, well, a week at the archive and how you work here and how you collaborate with other archives that are also based in Europe, particularly based on video games and console preservation. So that's something I'm going to do, and I'm hoping to write a broader article about archiving and video games within Europe to compare that to how, say, Japan and also America go about doing similar work.
Yeah.
We look forward to that.
And you will be helping me a lot with that.
Yeah,
so.
we will.
But you've been here now this is the 4th day. Do you have any special thoughts that you think about the work that we are doing, something special that came to your mind?
Yeah, I mean, what I really love is how nostalgic it is as a user when you come in here as a researcher, because you come in here to perhaps look at particular objects or a particular game or a particular console, but when you're invited to just wander around, there's this wonderful nostalgia value because you go around and you look at the different shelves and you look at the different racks and you remember games that you hadn't played in years. And what I think is particularly special is the ethos here about the games are to be played and to be played on the original console and platform. So there's no emulation. And that's really helpful as a historian because you get to actually understand how things worked, 30, 40 years ago. And just to open up an object and see what's within that. So, when you have a PC game box and then you've got all sorts of different things and the artwork's so very different and the branding is different and what's included in the box is very different. And it's kind of like Christmas when you go into an archive and you don't know what to expect, so you open it up and there's this treasure trove.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been really special.
Nice. How's the week been for you, Natalia? You've been showing Llewella everything that we are doing. Maybe it's a good thing for you as well to describe to someone else why and what we are doing.
Absolutely, it's been very, very useful, and also to think about the aspect of how a researcher might want to use the archive. That's what I'm thinking of mostly, like how can we help researchers find and maybe how to question our database, like which type of queries are you after, what types of questions do you want to ask the database. So that's been very useful because we've been mostly thinking about what we need here, which data do we need to find the items, which data do we need to care for them, to preserve them and conserve them. So that's been our main objective as of now, but in the future we really would like to help, of course, researchers and others working with the games. So yeah,
Perfect. It seems like you've learned a lot from each other this week.
It's been great. And, you know, because I'm used to going to archives that are heavily paper-based archives, even within film and television. So to come here to actually be able to experience playing games, you know, it is wonderful. And, you know, really quite unique, actually. It's really nice, that freedom to be able to say, oh, I would like to play this game. And it's like, yeah, that's fine. We'll set that up on the console. And, you know, that's
Because
really
we know before you arrived, and we've noticed during the week, that you're an avid Tomb Raider fan.
Yes.
So you've been trying out some Tomb Raider games?
Yes, I have this week. I've been very privileged. So I never played the first Tomb Raider game on the Sega Saturn before. So I had that opportunity yesterday to play around with that. But also you have some demos here as well. So both for the Sega Saturn and the PlayStation version. I'm a PC gamer, as I believe you are, Natalia. So I'm used to playing on the PC. But yeah, that was really good fun to play through those and see what was going on and how the controls differed, and the graphics and things like that. So I've had a really good time. And glitching, yes. I like glitch testing. So yes, we've had some fun looking at that. And also the Engage, which was an experience. That was actually released after the Angel of Darkness, which was the last core design game that was produced for the Tomb Raider franchise. It's very interesting. You know, they've changed the outfit that she wears to be more in keeping with Angel of Darkness. And the controls are rather unique. So when, for example, you try and get her to run somewhere, she doesn't stop running until you press the correct button to stop. So yeah, it's different, but it is good fun.
I was impressed by the Engage version. I thought it looked very good.
Yeah, you know, it's impressive for what it is. And in some senses, it's kind of ahead of its time with the technology of this idea of playing games on a particular...
games on your phone.
On a mobile phone. Yeah. But because the game itself wasn't built for being played on a mobile phone, it's interesting how they've ported that across. And some things work very well and other things are very different, you know. But it is quite fun to play with and just experience, you know. And it's nice that you can do that here, which you can't perhaps in other collections and things like that.
Nice. But I know that you have prepared some objects on the table over here. Should we go and have a look?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's see, you have prepared some things and you seem to be eager to talk about them. So what do we have here?
Okay, so here we have the Trapezoid Eidos Interactive designed box American for Tomb Raider, the first game, which was released in 1996. And this is very different in shape and style and design to the European version. I believe this is the German
or something,
version.
Is it supposed to look like a tube, or is it a silly question? Maybe?
The Trapezoid box is actually something that Eidos particularly produced. So it's not just for Tomb Raider, it is for other games as well.
Yes.
But it particularly works well with Tomb Raider, given the nature of, you know, Lara Croft going around Egypt and things like that. So it is a very nice box in comparison to perhaps the European box. And some of the differences we have here, just basic differences. You know, you have a different logo font for the Americans as opposed to the Europeans. Obviously, you have Lara Croft on the front. But what's particularly lovely about this box here is that you have this wonderful flap. That
you can lift the cover.
You can lift the cover.
I can hold it and you can.
And So, and what's particularly interesting, just having a look at the images, the screenshots they've used here, is that some of them actually appear from alpha and beta versions of the game, so before the release game. So this one up here is the second level of the game, where this particular character is actually a villain, Larson, but he doesn't actually appear in this level in the released game. And another example here is the screenshot of the third level where you have alligators instead of a different enemy, without revealing too many spoilers. So you've got some interesting use there in terms of the marketing. But you also have very different descriptions on the back of the box as well. So, you know, this is... so, you know, here... you know, you've got this tagline here, you know, sometimes a killer body just isn't enough. And some very excitable language to describe, you know, what's going to go on within the game. Whereas, say, with the European version, it's differently written, isn't it? It's a little bit more sedate in its description of the games. So that's just on a box level, but that's something that can really be analysed here, if that's something people are interested in terms of marketing and packaging of games, you know. And I've always loved PC games in terms of their box art.
Yes, they're awesome.
Is particularly special.
But it must be hard for Laura here, fighting both a wolf and a big bear
yes.
at the same time. Wow. I mean, thanks. Fun facts.
Yeah.
Should we open up them up? Or
Yeah,
do we show?
You can open it, yeah.
This one is a bit, you can do that one. Then
This one seems easy. I think it's just the lid that needs a CD case in here.
And then you have a little manual.
Yeah.
So that's the CD for this one.
Yeah. But did you play it, Llewella, did you play it back in the day when it was released?
I actually played it first on the PC demo that was released with PC Game or PC Zone in the UK. And then my dad bought the game.
Yeah.
He and my brother got bored.
Yeah.
And then I had the opportunity to play it. And it was the very first game that I played in full by myself.
Yeah.
Without any guide, you didn't have Google then to be able to check out what the walkthrough was. Yeah. So I had to work it out for myself, which is really quite special. And it
Good
was
job.
I know. And it was amazing to see a woman protagonist in the game, particularly a brunette woman as well. So that was really special for me.
So your first real game was also like your favorite game of all time. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was very lucky. And so, yes.
Oh, you got it open. It's like a big cardboard box inside of it.
And it's just an inlay here, so you can put the...
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
The
and
CD.
so here's examples of the other trapezoid boxes that IDOS produced.
Yeah.
And you can see the difference between the CD with the American version and the European version as well. So with the European version, you have Lara Croft, and this you have the kind of ski-on shape, which is the artifact she sort of goes around chasing throughout the game. So, yeah.
Wow. And you also had one object here, Natalia?
Yes, it's one that I have, I think, talked about many times before, but we've never actually opened it before on camera. And I hadn't, I think, actually opened it here myself either.
People who've been watching our videos know that this is your favorite game.
Yeah, it's one of my absolute, it's one of my favorite because I have such a hard time. That question, like, which is your favorite game, for me is so hard.
Yeah.
It is. Pick. It's the same with what's your favorite film.
So this one, as the box said, it contains a free hint book worth $12.95. Very important.
Worth of money.
Yeah. And here is the hint book, as it says there, so you can have help here. And what I really, really enjoyed actually was they have maps. And I think they don't look like the normal maps you see. Maybe it wasn't in the hint book, but in the manual, which also looks similar.
I love the shape of the manual. It's very,
they are very special.
Very high.
Oh my gosh.
You will find it.
Here.
Yeah.
Here are the maps. So here's a map of the past. So when you travel back in time, but they don't look like normal maps. It's
like flow charts.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's much more like a flow chart than so you see the hallway and how you get to the stairs and how you get to the lobby. So it's really, really cool. It's
really lovely. And there's also, as well, there's something else we found, isn't there?
Yes, which is very exciting.
It looks like something more inside.
Yes, we have a very cool magazine.
Wow, like a paper, actually.
It's a real paper magazine, which is just about LucasArts.
What?
The adventure.
The Dig, yeah. I know you talked about that game before as well.
I really like LucasArts games. And it's full of information about different games.
Wow. I wasn't prepared for this one.
So this is really, really cool.
Wow. Was this magazine
art,
only for this game? Do you know, was it also for other
I'm
games?
actually not sure. I'm not even, it doesn't say that it contains it, what I can see in... It was inside, and what was really fun, because back in the day when I was young, finding merchandise for games was literally impossible. Like finding someone with a T-shirt from a game was like unheard of. But here, was the like merchandising area. So you can see like the T-shirts and the Yoda mask, very pretty. So you
Watches.
you could like get your
themed.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
Indiana Jones, Monkey Island, etc.
Cool.
I think you've got a bag there as
yes,
well.
and of course the hat.
Of course.
Wow.
So really cool.
Wow, wow.
So this we enjoy quite a
Yes.
lot, and of course the
It's
game.
more. It's like
The
game, of
is
course.
there, yes.
you're like a magician just throwing
Yeah.
out stuff from that box.
So it's a very fun box. It contains everything that you might need to know about the game and more specifications, and of course the warranty like card.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice presentation, girls. But to round it up, we're really happy to have you here, Llewella, and I think you've been happy being here
I've
this
loved
week.
being here, and I would love to come back if you would have me.
Yeah.
We would love to have you back.
Thank you.
And good luck with all your research, and just contact us if you need more.
Oh,
more
I
help.
will.
Yeah.
I promise. Thank you.
And you're of course welcome back.
Thank you.
Perfect. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.